Welcome back, students. Now today in the topic motion in one dimension, we will study about velocity time graph. Before this, we have discussed up to displacement time graph and studied that by using displacement time graph, we can find two quantities. One is displacement and the other is velocity. So the second type of graph which we are going to study today is the velocity time graph. Velocity time graph. So the graph in which velocity is shown along y-axis, velocity unit in meter per second, draw in your notebook, and time in second. Time in second is called the velocity time graph. So write in your notebook after drawing and use only pencil to draw the graphs. If in a graph velocity is shown along y-axis and time along x-axis, if velocity is shown along y-axis and time is shown along x-axis, the graph is called velocity time graph. Is that clear to you? Don't only copy. So now through the velocity time graph, how will you find the velocity using velocity time graph? Now we will discuss how to find the velocity using velocity time graph. So draw it again and write the heading to find the velocity. To find the velocity using VT, V versus T, that is velocity time graph. How to find the velocity using velocity time graph. Okay. Always draw the graph using pencil only, so that if there is mistake, you can make correction on that. As this is velocity time graph, means clearly velocity is shown along y-axis and time in second along x-axis. So if this line is showing velocity time graph, we know that this line is the actual velocity time graph. The x-axis is time graph, y-axis is velocity graph. Time x-axis is time graph, y-axis is velocity graph, and this is the graph which is showing the variation in velocity with time. The method is same as we have obtained displacement using displacement time graph. Means what? Can you think it? How can you find velocity using velocity time graph? So you guessed it correctly. First we draw perpendicular from perpendicular to time axis at the point showing the required time. For example, if we have to find the velocity at time t1 second, so we draw perpendicular at t1, and from the point where it intersects velocity time graph, a perpendicular is drawn to velocity axis. The foot of the perpendicular drawn from velocity time graph to the velocity axis will show the velocity at that point, and actually it is the instantaneous velocity, as it is the velocity at the same point. So it is instantaneous velocity, not the average velocity, as this is the velocity at point t1, instantaneous velocity at time t1, which is an instant of time. So at time t1, the velocity is v1. So by velocity time graph, we can find the instantaneous velocity by the same method, as we have obtained the displacement in displacement time graph. So you must have understood this. If anyone has doubt, then write in comment box. So I will explain it again for you. To find the velocity using velocity time graph, first we draw perpendicular at point t1, which is the required time, to the time axis, and from the point where it intersects the velocity time graph, a perpendicular is drawn to velocity axis. The foot of perpendicular will show the velocity of the body at that given time interval. So let's now discuss the second condition, how to find displacement using velocity time graph. We have obtained displacement using displacement time graph, velocity using displacement time graph. Now we have discussed the velocity using velocity time graph as it is the easiest. And the second thing which we want to find, write this as A and this as B. To find displacement using velocity time graph. So draw a graph again using pencil only to find displacement using velocity time graph. Continue to draw the graph whenever you are asked to do so. Then only this topic can be understood easily. To find displacement using velocity time graph. So first of all, there will be a graph. And let's suppose that at time t1, at time t1, the velocity is v1. Means we know that if we have to find the velocity at time t1, we have to draw perpendicular on time axis at point t1, let it be m, and the point where it intersects velocity time graph is a, and the foot of the perpendicular drawn from a to the velocity axis is v1. Clearly, this is velocity axis and this axis is time axis, which shows time in second, and coordinates of point P. What will be the coordinates of point P? Yes, you are right. It will be T1 comma V1. As the distance of point M from the origin along x-axis is T1, and distance of point, if we write n as the perpendicular and V1 is we have written as the velocity at point T1. So this distance will be V1. So let's suppose velocity at time t1 is v1 meter per second, time t1 second. Write the unit also and write the arbitrary constants like t1, v1 variables. Actually, they are the variables inside the inverted commas. Let's suppose velocity at time t1 is v1 meter per second and at time t2 velocity is v2 meter per second. When the body starts from point A and reaches at B. So the distance OM, clearly distance OM means distance of point M from the origin along x-axis is T1 unit. Distance ON is V1 unit. Coordinates of M will be T1 comma 0. Coordinates of N will be, what will be the coordinates of N? As it is on y-axis. So abscissa will be 0 and ordinate is V1. So the ordinate is 0 comma V1. Coordinate of N be 0 comma V1. And at the same time, if we discuss about the point T2, where the velocity is V2, so how to find the relationship between them? First, we draw perpendicular on time axis at T2. And from the point where it intersects y-axis, a perpendicular is drawn to V2. Clearly, distance, if we write the foot of the perpendicular, we already have given this name as B. We are moving from, starting from A and reaching at B. Means if we name the foot of perpendicular as P and foot of perpendicular at this point as Q. So clearly distance OP equals to, what will be the length of distance OP? Starting from O and reaching to P. Clearly this distance is T2. I have shown it with a different color so that you can understand it properly. That this is the distance starting from O and reaching to P. So this distance will be T2. That is OP equals to T2 unit. OP equals to T2 unit and OQ. OQ means distance from the origin to the point Q. And what will be the value of this distance? This distance will be V2. OQ equals to V2 unit. Coordinates of P, clearly it is on x-axis at a distance of T2 unit from the origin to T2, comma, ordinate will be 0. So coordinate of P will be T2, comma 0. Coordinates of Q, as it is not moving any distance along point when we reach to Q, we are not moving any distance along x-axis. So abscissa will be 0 and ordinate will be V2. And finally, if on combining the coordinates of M and N, we reach to A. A is the point of intersection of AM and AN. Distance of AN means the distance where the distance of point A along x-axis is T1 unit. So coordinates of A will be T1, comma V1. We write it at this place. Coordinates of A will be T1, comma V1. And what will be the coordinates of B? It will be T2, comma V2. So now let's find the area which lies below AB till x-axis, means the area between the part AB of the graph. You should not color it. Area of the graph covered by AB till x-axis means area between AB and the x-axis. So we write area of graph under AB. Above x-axis. So clearly it's a quadrilateral ABPT. You can watch, it's a quadrilateral ABPM, and turns back to A. You can watch it again. Along the boundary, it is our quadrilateral ABPMA. And which type of quadrilateral is this? In which two sides, AM and BP, are parallel to each other, and other two sides are not parallel. And you all must know that it's a trapezium. Very good. Trapezium. So it's a trapezium in which two sides are parallel and two are not parallel. And I think you all know the formula for area of trapezium. Area of a graph under AB and above x-axis means area of trapezium. Which trapezium? Name the trapezium. It is AMPB. Area of trapezium AMPB. And we know that area of trapezium is equal to half sum of parallel sides into the distance between the parallel sides. In short, area of trapezium equals to half sum of parallel sides into distance between them, means between the parallel sides. Or we can write half A plus B into H, where A is the length of one of the parallel side, B is length of other parallel side, H means distance between the parallel sides. Clearly, the length of first parallel side, this one, is AM. So half into first side which is parallel is AM, and other side which is parallel to this is BP. AM and BP are the parallel sides into distance between them is MP. So we write distance between them MP equals to half into AM. What is the value of AM? AM equals to, we know that ON. As we measure all the distances along x-axis or y-axis. So this AM and ON are equal as they are the opposite sides of rectangle NOMA. Plus BP. So this is BP, which is equal to OQ. Into MP. Clearly this MP equals to complete OP minus OM. So we write OP minus OM equals to half into length of ON is equal to, we already have written V1. ON equals to V1. Plus OQ. This is OQ. Clearly it is equal to V2 into OP. So OP equals to T2. This we already have written. Minus OM, this one, which is equal to T1. This we have shown already. Half V1 plus V2. Half of V1 plus V2, we know that is equal to average velocity into T2 minus T1 means time interval. We have studied in theory part that when a body moves under uniform acceleration, its average velocity is given by the algebraic arithmetic mean of its initial velocity and the final velocity. So half V1 plus V2 is average velocity and T2 minus T1 is time interval. And velocity into time, we know that is equal to displacement. It means that in velocity time graph, we can find the displacement using area under the velocity time graph. In velocity time graph, we can find the displacement by finding the area under the graph. Displacement between any 2 points is obtained by the area of the graph above the x-axis or above the time axis. Or we can say the area between velocity time graph and the time axis gives the displacement of a body for a given time interval. Displacement from T1 to T2 or displacement from A to B. So in velocity time graph, write in your notebook, in velocity time graph, displacement is obtained using area between VT graph and time axis. We know that this line is called VT graph and this axis is time axis. Hope you all must have understood how to find velocity using velocity time graph and how to find displacement using velocity time graph. And the third thing is to find acceleration using velocity time graph. So if you find slope, we know that slope is obtained if we draw a perpendicular from A to BP at C, and if inclination of this line that is the angle which this line makes with the positive direction of x-axis is theta, then this angle will also be theta, and slope means tan theta equals to perpendicular upon base, which is equal to BC upon AC, and this BC equals to QN, and AC equals to MP. QN equals to, this QN will be the difference of OQ minus ON, and MP equals to distance between OP minus OM. So it is V2 minus V1 upon T2 minus T1, that is delta V upon delta T, that is rate of change in velocity, which we know that is equal to acceleration. So in velocity time graph, slope is used to find the acceleration. So write this also in your notebook. Displacement time, in velocity time graph, we can find all the three quantities: velocity, displacement, and the acceleration. That's it. So write it, everyone, and remember it, and put it in your mind always to solve the questions related to motion in one dimension. So I'm ending this session now. Read everything and ask if you have any doubt in comment box. Hope you all must have understood everything which I have discussed today.